my name is Jordan and today I'm going to be doing my June TBR. I was very happy with my May reading month. I had like 9 books on my May TBR and I read 7 of them, so that is awesome. So the 2 books I did not get to on my May TBR is Daughter of the Moon Goddess and The Atlas Six. These are 2 very popular, hyped up books right now and I still want to get to them. They're still on my June TBR. They're not quite as high priority as the other ones, so I mean, we'll see if I get to these or not. So one of the first books on my TBR for June is Cursor's Fury by Jim Butcher. This is the 3rd book in the Codex Alera series. I am absolutely loving my reread of the first 3 books. So this is the last book I need to reread before I can get to the last 3 books in the series, which I have not read. And I'm just absolutely loving this adult fantasy series. This is just such a fun fantasy series. It's very fast paced. The books are super chunky, but I love them and I fly through them. Normally with fantasy books, I'm a really slow reader, but these I just fly through. They're so much fun. There's elemental magic, people conspiring against the realm, kind of standard fantasy stuff, but just so good anyways. So highly recommend this series to anyone who has not read it, and I can't wait to get to the 3rd book this month. Then I have one more sequel I want to read this month, and that is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. This is the 3rd and final book in the Poppy War trilogy. I read the 2nd book last month, and I just love this series. It is so good. And I'm kind of scared because I feel like I've heard a few iffy things about the 3rd book. I'm assuming it's not that it's bad, but I'm assuming people die and people aren't happy about it, and that's why there are, I don't know, why people don't like it or have problems with it, because that's usually what happens with the 3rd book. Characters they love don't survive, and so people hate it. I don't know. We'll see, but I love this series. It is so dark, and it takes the psychological, emotional things that people go through war is one of my favorite things about this series. It is so dark. Horrific things happen, and we actually see the toll these things take on our characters, and it is just awesome. Love this series. I'm scared, but also excited for this final installment. Then I have a newer release, and that is Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. This is an adult kind of fairy tale-esque story, but instead of our main character marrying the prince, she is actually trying to kill him. He's marrying her sister, I think, and so she's trying to save her sister from this horrible fate, because apparently he is just not a nice person at all, abusive or something, I'm not sure, but it is super tiny. It's not even 300 pages, so I'm hoping this is one I can fly through. I've already been hearing good things about it. The cover is gorgeous, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get to this one. Then we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is her new release as well. I have never read any of Emily Henry's books. Both of her other 2 books are super popular, and this book has been getting a lot of hype lately, and when I read the back of this one sounded really good, much better than the other ones anyways. So this is the one I'm going to start with, and we'll see if I like it. It's a romance, and I think about 2 people in the book world, publishing or something like that. So I'm very excited to give this a go, and it's romance, once again, probably another quick read. Then we have R.S. Ford. Oops, that's the author. We have Engines of Empire by R.S. Ford. This is also a new book. I have a lot of new releases in this TBR, but I'm really excited for them. This I actually saw Elliot Brooks talk about here on YouTube, and after hearing her talk about it, I immediately went on Amazon and bought it because I couldn't resist. The back sounds very steampunky, but one of the things that Elliot Brooks said about it that is what caught my attention was the magic and religion and science in this world. It seems like there have been a lot of technological advances recently in this world, and it's kind of shoving magic and religion to the side. Magic and religion are very much tied together, and as these advances are being made, it's kind of pushing people away from religion and magic, making them lose their faith, and I think that kind of dynamic is really cool. I always really love made up religions and magic and stuff in fantasy stories. So seeing this side to it just fascinates me, and I'm really excited about it. So, and then the last book on my TBR for this month is The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. This is also a fairly new release, and one that just has been calling to me. It sort of sounds sort of like, I want to say like a mystery or like a crime detective thing, but in a fantasy world. We follow these two people, this guy and his apprentice, where they go and, like, I don't know, deal out the king's justice. I'm not 100% sure, but we actually follow the perspective of the apprentice when she's actually older, and she's going back and kind of reflecting on what happens. And I guess you get kind of like some of her hindsight and her thoughts, like as a now older, more experienced woman looking back on the past. I don't know, I've heard good things about it. I'm really excited about it. I think there's sort of a soft magic system in here. Like, I think our main character, or not the main character, but the guy who is apprenticing this other chick, can do a little bit of magic and kind of like influence people or like make them tell him things or something. Something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just really excited to read this. I've been hearing good things about this as well. Hello guys, I just wanted to quickly mention that I forgot a book for my TBR, and that is The Witcher, The Last Wish. I believe this is the first one in the recommended reading list. I think it's actually a collection of short stories, but I think this is the one that you're supposed to technically start with. So my fiance bought me the entire series as a belated birthday present, so I completely forgot to add this to my TBR, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm so excited for this. And also I wanted to mention that I also started the audiobook for The Bone Shard Daughter, so that's also gonna happen this month. Oh, and also I also keep forgetting to mention this in my videos that I have a TikTok, so if you guys are looking for more content, check it out. I'll have it linked in the description below. I'm having a lot of fun over there, so if you like book talk, come check me out. That is it for my June TBR. Let me know down below what you guys plan on reading next month, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.